Welcome to the NOIT Use and Care demonstration video. It's helpful to have your NOIT and your instruction manual handy.
Hello, I'm Ron Davis. I'm the inventor of the NOIT device, and what we're doing here today is we're going to be going over what is necessary for caring for and using the NOIT device and the pads. Over time we have put together what we call the NOIT team, and I'm not the only person that's involved in doing this. There are other individuals that are a part of the team that are more familiar with the day-to-day activity of what goes on within the families that are using the NOITs. I'd like to turn the video over to other members of the team. They will introduce themselves and they will show you how to use the device and how to care for it and how to care for the pads.
Hi, I'm Beth Shear. I'm a licensed Davis Autism Approach facilitator and also a member of the NOIT team. When you receive your NOIT, the first thing you will want to do is take it out of its package and charge it. It comes with a charging cord, which you simply plug into your computer. The other end is plugged into this little port right here, which is right beside the power button. You'll take the other end of your charging cord and simply slide it in here. Oop. If it doesn't go in one way, turn it over. You'll see the little red light has come on the inside of the NOIT. This means it's charging. When it turns green, it's fully charged. Before you use it for the first time, you will want to fully charge it. However, if you're going to be storing it for any length of time, you will need to let the charge run down a couple of hours before you put it away. That will prolong the battery life. And to remove the charger, simply remove it. And that's how you charge. Now I'm going to show you how to change the volume on the NOIT. There are two buttons. One has a minus and one has a plus. And this allows me to introduce you to another member of the NOIT research team. That's Chris Phoenix. Although he's not able to appear in the video, his voice does, because it's his voice that you will hear when you push these buttons. His voice will be telling you what volume setting the NOIT is on. It goes from 1 to 7, 7 being the loudest and 1 being the quietest. Let's see where this one is now. In order to change the volume, you must start by turning it on, which is right here. So if I want to increase the volume, I just push the plus button and I will hear Chris's voice tell me the volume setting. So he just said 6. So we've got one more to go. 7. I'll let you hear it a couple of tings. So that's quite loud. I'm going to turn it down to a 4, 6, 5, 4. We recommend that you start off using the NOIT between a 3 and a 5. Typically we suggest a 4. If the NOIT user seems to be bothered by it, we suggest turning it down. And that's how you change the volume. So now I'm going to show you how to change the gel pads. The NOIT itself doesn't need to be changed. You only need one of those. However, the gel pads last between 7 and 10 days depending on the user. There are certain things we can do to keep this pad sticky, but I'll show you those after. To get the old pad off, you simply push this little tab and slide. And you'll see there's a little connector box and a little set of connectors, and those are the pieces that you need to put back together. So you take your fresh pad and simply slide it in, and you'll hear it click. And then you can tug it a little, make sure it's in there, and you're good to go. So this is a pad that is still usable. It might not look like it is right now, but watch. All we have here is a simple cup of water. You can do this by your kitchen sink too. It was just easier and less noisy if I used a cup of water. Simply dip your finger in the water, get it wet, And you're just going to take your finger and rub gently, and you'll have to keep doing it, and you'll rub off the lint and body hair, and it just kind of rubs off. You can see it on my finger. And then you'll just wipe it off on a towel or paper towel and do it again. And although this looks like a very long and tedious process, once you've done it a few times, it's pretty quick. See, more lint. This person was wearing a blue sweater, and you just gently but firmly, you want to get the stuff off. Remove all the little bits of lint and people dirt. And then you're going to put this dampened gel pad. I'm going to put a little more water on it. Not so it's soaked, but just so that it's wet-ish. And I'm going to put it in the fridge for approximately 20 minutes with the plastic film off of it. I need this to be exposed to the air. And once that process is complete, you can probably get another day or two out of it. The sticky will come back. And that's how you refresh your gel pad. Before you put the NOIT on the NOIT user for the first time, you're going to have to make sure that the skin is properly prepared, or your gel pads won't last as long as they should. You need to make sure that the skin is clean and free of soap or cream or anything like that. And also you need to make sure that the skin is free of hair if at all possible, especially on adolescent males. This has become something we are very aware of. You need to make sure the skin is properly prepared. Now, the other thing that you may want to do before you apply your NOIT for the first time is use this little tab that we've created right here to protect the NOIT from being lost. Before you do that, you'll need to remove it from the gel pad to access the tab, and you can use a string or a ribbon or anything that you have handy and believe that your NOIT user won't mind, and just pull it through the little tab. Use as much ribbon as you think you need for your user, and then you can either just tie it through a shirt tag if it's one of the ones that you could tie through, or you can use a safety pin to pin it to the inside of the shirt or the shirt collar. You can get safety pins that cannot open. They're diaper pins, old-fashioned diaper pins. Those might be good for someone that's wiggly. But by having this attached to the user's shirt, you know your NOIT will not be lost if the gel pad pops off of the user's back. So hope that's helpful. So a couple of final notes. The NOIT is not waterproof. Do not submerge it in water. Take it off of the NOIT user before showering, bathing, swimming, that kind of stuff. And also, we want the user to take it off before they go to sleep. Being disoriented is a natural part of the sleep cycle, and if we keep the NOIT on when the person is sleeping, it will disrupt that proper sleep. So if you have a toddler that naps, take it off. If you have a teenager that goes to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, take it off. Just make sure that they're taking it off before they go to sleep.
Hi, my name is Ray Davis, and I am a member of the NOIT research team. I'm here to show you the proper application technique. Step 1, remove the plastic coating or the mylar film. Step 2, turn the NOIT device on and adjust the volume to the proper level. That said 4, and that's the right volume to start with. Step 3, expose the skin. It should be placed directly on the midline. You should be able to read the word NOIT to make sure that it is installed right side up. Press it onto the skin. Pin it to the clothing. Be very careful not to poke the person with the pin. I would prefer diaper pins because they're safer. Stash the ribbon on the inside of the clothing. And you're done. At the end of the day, or before nap time, removing the NOIT device is the right thing to do. So, step 1, remove the pin. Again, being careful not to poke the person. Expose the NOIT device. Turn it off. Grab it by one corner and gently pull. Put the mylar film back over the gel pad and charge it for the next usage.
This section of the video discusses changing the frequency of the ting sound. This should only be done under the advice of a licensed Davis facilitator. There will come a time when you want to change the frequency of the NOIT ting sound from 8 to 16 seconds. To do that, you have the device turned on, and then you're going to go through a process of pushing both buttons, hearing the words delay 1, then pushing the plus button, and you'll hear the words delay 2. This means the change has been made, just like this. And now it will ting every 16 seconds. To increase it further to the next delay setting, you repeat the process. Now it will ting every 32 seconds. If your NOIT user does not like the change to a longer frequency, you can change it back to the last one by pushing both buttons and then pushing the minus button. I've just successfully changed it from 32 back to 16 seconds, and I can take it all the way back to the first setting if I desire by pushing both buttons and the minus one again. And that's how you change the frequency. We hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you very much for watching.